This is the Deep Dive from Global Heroes, where positive stories get the spotlight they deserve. Stay inspired by signing up for our newsletter and following us at Global Heroes across social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's dive deep today. We're looking at the work of Plenty Canada.
Right, and specifically how they're bringing together Indigenous and Western knowledge systems. It's quite a unique approach.
Yeah, exactly. And our goal here is really to explore how this strengthens Indigenous cultures, their communities, right across the Western Hemisphere, based on the source material we have.
Mm-hmm. And central to it all is this core belief that when Native communities thrive, using their own wisdom, their resilience, well, the whole world actually benefits.
That's a powerful idea. And it seems their work is guided by some key principles.
Definitely. Things like Indigenous leadership being front and center. Uh, Listening to natural law, basically, the laws you see in nature guiding how we should act.
Okay.
And then there's this deep care for children, the responsibility for the next 7 generations, which is huge. Plus cultural revitalization and building economic capacity.
It sounds really vital, especially considering the challenges these communities face today.
Oh, absolutely. Tough economic situations, the impacts of climate change. We're talking shifting rain patterns, drought, major water issues, contamination.
Right, so Plenty Canada's approach is about bolstering that community leadership.
Exactly. And fostering self-sufficiency in farming, health, local economies. It's all about supporting that cultural and economic self-determination.
So bringing back traditional skills, adapting them, like medicine, healing.
Yeah, and things like ancestral weaving, culinary knowledge, that whole connection, from the garden to the table, as they say, reviving and adapting.
So let's talk examples. The source mentions Maya, Guatemala.
A really interesting case. You have elder women, traditional weavers, working with younger women to keep that ancestral knowledge alive.
And specific people are mentioned. Maria Leonor, Teneri de Leon, Catalina Show.
Yes, and they emphasize that weaving isn't, just making textiles. It's a way of life, deeply connected to their beliefs about Mother Earth, the mountains, the cosmos.
Wow. So it's about rebuilding community, too. Family networks, kinship.
Precisely. That idea of reciprocity, Aini, in other contexts, but the same principle of mutual help. It strengthens the whole social fabric.
And these weavers often have other skills, too.
That's what's fascinating. They might also be healers or hold traditional food knowledge. It shows how integrated this wisdom is. And the project there tackles serious issues: poverty, housing, and critical water management problems impacting health.
Using both traditional knowledge and newer methods.
Exactly, a blend, using local materials and know-how.
Okay, let's head south. The Andes in Peru, near Cusco, the potato park.
Right, the Quechua community there. Plenty Canada partners with them too. They're master weavers, artisans, llama herders, amazing potato farmers. And they really value their traditional leadership.
Guarding old institutions like the Council of Elders, the Wachu.
And protecting ancient sacred sites, some incredibly old, like 5,000 years plus. Their whole society is built on that Aini system of reciprocity we mentioned.
That mutual support principle again.
Yeah. And Elder Lucio Ylla is quoted saying something powerful. Our old ways are still important and good for us. It really sums it up.
And they're preparing to share this. Visitor immersion.
Yes, but it sounds like more than just tourism. Real cultural exchange, sharing their way of life.
Okay, fascinating. Let's shift to the Caribbean. Cuba.
Ah, yes, the Taino Guajiro communities in eastern Cuba. Historically, they were really marginalized, even thought to be extinct by some.
Hiding in plain sight is the phrase used.
It is. And now they're reemerging, led by their traditional cacique, women elders, and, importantly, a new generation. It's this process of self-actualization.
And there's a long-term effort mentioned since '74.
Right. Francisco Ramirez Panchito. He's been working to, quote, reweave families into this extended native community, the Gran Familia. It's about rebuilding that identity now.
Incredible resilience. What about Dominica?
The Calagano partners there. For them, canoe making is central. It's not just a living, it's tied to their whole identity and history.
So elders teaching the young people.
Exactly. It's complex stuff, selecting a right tree, carving, firing, cooling it just right. So much culture and ecological knowledge gets passed down just through that one practice.
And these efforts connect back to Canada as well.
They do. The sources mention the Akwesasne Mohawk wrestlers, Philip and Thomas Barreiro. They use grappling, the discipline of it, to build self-esteem and empathy in kids.
Connecting physical skill with community values.
And also, plenty Canada's involved in ensuring Indigenous peoples and their knowledge are included in big conservation areas, like the Frontenac Arch and Niagara Escarpment Biosphere Networks.
Which is needed for UNESCO standards, right?
Right, so traditional ecological knowledge is actually informing how these areas are managed today. It's a practical application of that ancestral wisdom to modern environmental challenges.
So looking across all these diverse examples, weaving, healing, farming, canoes, grappling, even ecological management.
You really see these common threads emerge, don't you? Preserving vital skills is one.
Strengthening community bonds, passing knowledge between generations.
Definitely. And crucially, using this traditional wisdom, adapted for today, to tackle modern problems, poverty, health, climate change, cultural survival.
It really drives home the point that this knowledge isn't just historical, it's living, it's dynamic.
And absolutely vital for dealing with contemporary issues, social, economic, environmental. There's so much strength in that cultural revitalization and self-determination.
It offers profound insights, really, for everyone.
Which kind of raises a big question, doesn't it?
Yeah. It makes you wonder, how can the resilience and adaptability shown by these communities, drawing on millennia of knowledge to face today's massive challenges,
Yeah.
how can that offer lessons or models for all of us?
That's the provocative thought, I suppose, how this deep connection to ancestral wisdom can inform how we all navigate the future.
Well, that was a fascinating deep dive into Plenty Canada's work and these incredible community efforts across the hemisphere, connecting past wisdom with present needs and future challenges.
A truly hemispheric effort with really profound impacts.
Thanks for diving deeper with us. For more inspiring stories, subscribe to the Global Heroes newsletter, follow us on social, and stream It's a Beautiful World on Prime Video.